Hello everybody, welcome to this. This is your weekly PWME Ring of Honor TV review. It's been a while since we've seen a Ring of Honor review on this channel, so I'm looking forward to bringing this back as I'm having a WWE hiatus for a while, so I'm going to focus on everything else in the amazing world out there of professional wrestling, and I hope you enjoy that too, as well as come along with this ride. Again, the TV show I'll be reviewing, because this is a really strange one, because there's two different ways to watch this show. When I mean ways, I mean the date. Some call it the 22nd of June edition. Some call it the 18th edition. Now, the reason why that is, and that's why I find it so difficult to find, because some, obviously, because I watch it, I'm from England. There's no television deal out there for Ring of Honor for me to be able to watch it legally. And on ROHWrestling.com, I'm sorry, but the stream, quite frankly, sucks. So do you type in RH 22nd of June, or do you type in RH 18th of June? If you want to watch this online, I really do advise using the 18th of June, because that's syndicated, and well, that's happened already, so you can get that. But if you want to watch it in America, it's Comet TV every single Wednesday, and you can watch that on June the 22nd, 2016. Oh, got that one off our chest. So this is the go-home show for the Best in the World pay-per-view that does take place this Friday. There will be a preview show and a prediction show that me and my co-host, the lovely Boom Booms, will be a part of. I'm looking forward to doing that. This show itself was taped as part of the Best of the World tour. Sorry, not the Best of the World. Sorry, I do apologize. So many of the world. Make up your damn mind. This was taken from the War of the Worlds show, because they had that tour where it was Ring of Honor and New Japan. It was RH versus New Japan gimmicks going on. Commentators were Nigel McGuinness and Kevin Kelly. Steve Corino obviously was Mr. Wrestling 3, but Steve Corino will be facing BJ Whitmer at Best in the World on Friday. And there was some decent build with that, including an in-ring promo from Steve Corino. Excuse me as I spit everywhere. Jesus H. Christ, and a damn popsicle stick. That was wrong. Opening match, we have Gaydos representing New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Dalton Castle. Obviously, Dalton Castle was the challenger for the Ring of Honor Television Championship, as he's facing Bobby Fish, because he won that six-way match at the last pay-per-view. Things called Global Wars. And make sure you check out our Global Wars review from the past here on this channel. Match starts off with the Code of Honor. I love this. Gaydos, fucking awful. Gaydos, who was the New Japan guy, he's literally stood there as Dalton Castle. It's such a charismatic guy, Dalton Castle. So Castle's going, he takes his stuff off, and he does this thing where he kind of leans. As he's doing it, Gaydos doing it with him, going like that. Oh my God. And he just stops, looks at him and like, what the fuck am I doing? And he just starts beating the shit out of him. Really highly entertaining stuff. And when I watch Ring of Honor, I'm in the mood for a sport. Like, that's what I like about New Japan. That's what I like about Ring of Honor. And I'd say from time to time I do enjoy sports entertainment, because when sports entertainment is done right, i.e. Lucha Underground, I think it's magnificent and absolute damn right brilliant. But after suffering for a few years now of just awful sports entertainment, I've kind of reverted back to the old school roots of pro wrestling, where I'm focusing on the sport. So when I watch Ring of Honor, I kind of not liking the idea of sitting through a Dalton Castle match, and I'm kind of like, oh, it's Dalton Castle, he's kind of comedic guy, I'm not really interested in that. But every time I see the guy work, I'm blown away. It's like Mike Bennett. If I see Mike Bennett on a wrestling card, I go, oh, but every time he impresses me. But no matter how many times he impresses me, I still get that, oh, feeling. The exact same feeling goes towards Christopher Daniels. The guy's amazing. But every time I see him on the match card now, I go, oh, well, he's not as amazing now. I mean, maybe 10 years ago, I may have had a point. But no, Castle, like I said, he looks like a toilet. He does. He looks like an imbecilic piece of garbage, but he is so good. He is magnificent. And if you've never watched Ring of Honor before and you click that, and the first thing you see is this, please don't turn off, because you will enjoy the match. If he deadlift suplex, Gator attacks the boys, obviously establishing him as the heel, because in ROH, they stick to the babyface versus heel story. I'm a big fan of that. And, from time to time, if it's the right scenario, if it's the right atmosphere, if it's the right talent especially, I'm okay with a babyface versus babyface match, or a heel. I'm not a fan of the heel versus heel, because then who the crowd meant to get behind, who you meant to get emotionally invested in. But for me, I'm a big fan of babyface versus heel. And when I saw this, Gaydos, the babyface, he got popped when it came out, because obviously he's with Okada, who is now the IW. I shouldn't have said that in case there was people who haven't watched Dominion yet. I do apologize. Make sure you check out the Dominion review that was up on Monday, I think. But in any event, what was I talking about? Yeah, heel babyface. Gator was the heel in this, and I just love a heel versus babyface, the heel heat, and then it comes back to the shine, and then bum bum bum. I'm a big fan of that. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. If you're wondering what I look for in a wrestling match, I want it simple, structured. Structured means a lot, which is why I always talk about heel heat, because I love structure. I want to sit down and see a match that's structured, because then in my eyes, it means that the wrestlers care about the craft and they're taking time. And more importantly, it's telling a story. With the heel heat, it gets you sympathy for the babyface, and it makes you want the babyface to get that comeback just that much more so the match can speed up. And then when the actual, whether if it's a tag team match, the hot tag or the comeback, when it does happen and the pace does quicken, it feels like it's quickened a lot more because the fact that it was so slow. And it gets heel heat because you're like, oh, hurry up, let's do something. You're hating the heel a lot more. Jesus Christ, I went into detail there. The match does conclude though when the boys get up, because Gaydos attacked the boys by poking a thumb in the eye. Basically, the referee was distracted, and then the boys jumped on the apron. One of them went to poke him in the eye, but Gaydos knocked him. But then as he turned around, he walked into a thumb to the eye from the other boy. And then Castle hit the boomerang, boom, boom, boomerang, whatever the fuck you call it, to get the win. Decent match, makes Castle look strong heading into the TV title match at the Best in the World pay-per-view this Friday. And at the same time, it didn't make Gator look that much of a jobber, because in the end of the day, he's past his prime. You know, even though he wasn't the best of Super Juniors tournament a couple of months ago, maybe it was only a month ago, I don't know, but time passes, time goes quick. But he did get a few wins, but he's not a main event guy. He's one of those guys you can send to these countries and do the favors and have him job and put the other company over. You know, if I'm Gaydos, I'm putting everyone over, because then he's the booker for New Japan. So if he puts Don Castle over and Don Castle comes over to New Japan, he then is a bit more over because he's knocked off Gaydos, because the fans still see him as, you know, still, you know, a decent enough talent. Dude, did you just hear that? That is some fucking freaky shit right there live. Oh my god. That was the printer, guys. That was fucking weird. I got red. I got red. That I hope that's on video. I hope that's loud, because that fucking shut me up. I'm fucking gone red. Fuck me. And if you're wondering if I'm holding a button for the printer, I'm there. That's my walking stick I hold. I'm not actually disabled or anything. It's a gimmick that someone bought me. That was fucking scary. And back to the original point, I'm giving it 2 stars. Someone obviously in this room isn't a fan of fucking, and I want to prove that no one is in the room right now. I don't normally do this because that's my dad. But there's the printer right there. Right over there. You can see the printer right there. Okay. So you know for damn sure that I'm not lying. Okay, that's some fucking, no one's doing shit. And there's all fucking old carnage is ensuing right here in the PWME UK headquarters. This is on video. This is what we're talking about. No one is there. That's some fucking weird paranormal shit going on right there, right here on this review. So we can now submit this, and we could be a part of the Paranormal Activity. This could be evidence, guys. You could have just seen live evidence, and I've seen several live viewers have now left. I do apologize about that. Very unprofessional. But what can I do? I thought I had the printer just went off. No one's in the damn room. It's fucking weird, scary shit going on here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is scary shit. I'm coming on here. I'm being positive. But just weird shit's going on. Anyway, we have video packages now, hyping the Best in the World event, particularly Steve Corino and BJ Whitmer, because obviously this feud has been a slow burner. It is really personal, and it's to the point, and I don't think Whitmer's own parents care about him. But in the end of the day, this feud has been going on for a few months now, and I'm actually interested, and I actually want to pay to see Steve Corino kick BJ Whitmer's ass. That's how well they've done this. I want to pay money to see Steve Corino kick BJ Whitmer's backside booty. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I want to see. And I think they did a good job in that. I really, really do. And also, they did a build-up for Lethal and Briscoe. They did a really slick video package. And if you're on the fence about buying the pay-per-view coming up, check those videos out. And if you're not familiar with Ring of Honor, check those videos out, because they're fucking entertaining, enjoyable. And I just looked back and thought, you know what? This is about 1.5 years in the making. They've booked this 1.5 years in the making. They've done a fucking phenomenal job. The storytelling at its peak. Then you have Will Ferrara going one-on-one with Tomohiro Ishii. Will Ferrara with the tune of the night for his theme song. I'm gonna play you as an official music band. This is gonna be my guitar. Okay, you ready for this? This is what we're talking about. This is the fun we're gonna be having right now on PWME. Ready? Boom, 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 boom. Time is now, it's about to go down. Oh, write the song, try to prove it wrong. Oh, can't be stopped. The only thing that I know is just go, 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 go. This is what I'm talking about. Just fun, entertaining stuff. Oh, that was fun. I did enjoy that a lot, and I hope you enjoyed that too. Will Ferrara, I don't actually know who sings the song. All I know, I just typed in ROH Will Ferrara on my phone here, and it came up. As a whole, though, I am a fan of him. Fuck, this is what a show this has been. We've had fucking Paranormal Activity. You've had me being positive. I fucking sung you a tune. Whew, sweating like a fucking rabbit in a hole. But anyway, back to the original point I was trying to make before I went off topic and sung a tune. Will Ferrara, I think, does have a great future. He's this size where he's really short, but for his size, he's very muscly. He's not overly muscled to the point where he can't fly. He's at the point where if he beat, you would not want to start a fight with him. Let's just say that. You wouldn't start a fight. Unlike with Ishii, you really would not start a fight. He comes out, what a machine. So Ferrara, though, during this match, though, considering his size and considering Ishii's, even though Ishii isn't a very big fella, tall-wise, he makes up for it in just pure mass muscle. And Ferrara lifted him up and hit a Samoan drop, literally deadlifting, getting him up, holding him there, then hitting us, not on Roman Reigns Samoan drop where he just goes boom, dumps. I mean, proper picking him up. Really awesome stuff. Ishii gets a brain buster after about 6-7 minutes of action. Ishii wins. He just walks out of the ring, walks up the ramp. No selling, no promo, nothing. Not interested. He just walks to the back. He doesn't give a fuck. Awesome. Awesome. Because, it makes him look a machine. Who can stop that monster? And maybe he's coming back from the television championship. I don't really know. But either way, I like what they're doing here. Ferrara, more offense than you'd expect. He excelled in this situation. Nigel McGuinness did a phenomenal job after the match, putting him over by saying, you know what, he did lose, but he gave it his best shot. He showed you heart. He showed you what he's got. So great job there from commentary team actually putting the talent over for once. And I'm going to give it 2 stars. Decent stuff. Was not great. It's just the match was just average. Now, the way my star system works is 1 star, don't watch it. 2-star, average, standard wrestling match. 3-star, good. 4-star, great. 5-star, watch it right now. Okay, speaking of watch right now, we have Steve Corino come out. Let me take my fucking jacket off because it's fucking sweating my balls off now because of that fucking print. The thing shut me up. So Corino comes out. And I'm thinking, oh my god, don't do a fucking breakout brawl or anything. Just fucking cut a promo. And he does. He cuts this promo on BJ Whitmer. He starts off by saying, BJ, you're a no good and you are the biggest piece of trash to ever step foot in a wrestling ring. Like, he's going off on one. He's promoting this ultimate fight without honor, which will take place this Friday at the Best in the World event. And it will be BJ Whitmer versus Steve Corino. And the hype was just fucking awesome. It was so intense. And the passion, you could feel it. He was getting mad at how BJ Whitmer turned his son Colby Corino against him, how he's basically stalked his wife. He's had pictures, BJ's had pictures with his child, with that being Steve Corino's child. Really, really great stuff. Really good build. Really good just energy that Corino brought. And it's a promo that just felt so old school and something you wouldn't see from any of these guys. It felt like he wasn't told to say that. He went out there and he said it from the heart. That's what it felt like to me, and that's when the promos are at their best, when it feels that it's not scripted. This did not feel scripted. This felt fucking awesome. Really great stuff. Go out of your way to watch it. Main event, Team ROH, which was the Briscoes, Roddy Strong, and the Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal, versus Team Bullet Club, the Gorillas of Destiny, Kenny Omega, and Matt Jackson, because obviously Nick Jackson was injured at the time. This was smart because heading into the event, Roddy Strong's facing Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal's facing Jay Briscoe, and now they're tag teaming up against a unified Bullet Club. Just makes sense. Really good booking. And speaking of great, Bobby Cruise, isn't he the very best ring announcer of all time? Not of all time, actually. He is the best ring announcer in the wrestling industry right now. Not of all time. I'm not going to give him that accolade because that's a bit cruel and fucking hard for. But the way he announced, it's just so good. It's just amazing. Awesome stuff. Omega and Lethal, they tease a lockup, and then Omega gets the heel eat by tagging out. thunderous pop, loudest pop been all night. Lethal suicide dives all members of Bullet Club. American Lethal finally brawl. They exchange offense, spot, and it's fucking crisp. It's fucking awesome. The crowd are going batshit crazy. My bold prediction is we are going to get a Jay Lethal versus Kenny Omega match sometime down the line for sure. Omega, though, hits an awesome dragon suplex on him. Everyone comes in, spot everywhere, strong, and J-Lo hits the J Driller on Camacho. I forget the guy's name, one of the Gorillas of Destiny from the Bullet Club to get the win. Makes sense because Camacho can take the fall because he's the one out of, Tama Tonga's got decent stuff going on for him right now. Kenny Omega, obviously, great stuff going on from him in New Japan. Matt Jackson obviously can't afford a loss with the Young Bucks. They're actually one of the people signed to Ring of Honor contract. So out of the lot, I think smart move with Camacho. You're making Jay look strong heading into his world championship match with Jay Lethal. Sorry, so many Jays going on here. At the Best in the World event, and then Strong and Roddy Strong and Mark Briscoe had a stare down. Strong didn't do the handshake, walked off. That means quite a lot if you're a Ring of Honor fan. And then Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe had this really intense stare down where you're like, oh, come on, fight. Really awesome stuff to close the show. Main event, 3-star, good match, spot fest, standard 6-8-man tag spot fest you'd expect. But as a whole, if you go by the win-loss tie system for this show, I'm going to give it a weak win. Because even though the wrestling wasn't great, it did its job in building to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and that's what a go-home show is. And I said on last week's Raw review, it didn't do anything for me, building me to get me excited for the Money in the Bank event, which is the only job it has. That's all it's there for. This did a good job. It feels dated. That's the negative. It feels dated. It really does feel dated. They really need to do it a lot more shorter time. It's not fucking Impact over here. Now, I'm not going to diss Impact. I'm going to watch Impact tonight or tomorrow morning when I wake up. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it. But here's the difference between these companies and WWE. They try. And I'm not going to bury them because WWE don't try, which is why I'm going to bury them, and I'm going to bury them, and they deserve it. Ring of Honor try. They tried their hardest to get me excited for this Best in the World event. TNA try so hard to get everything work, but it just doesn't happen. And the name of TNA itself is a brand that means fuck all. It's worthless. Sell it. I'm going to get some live comments if you have any. We did not have any live comments for the Roman Reigns show that I just did, where I talked about Roman Reigns being suspended. So if you haven't already, please go out of your way to check that out. We don't have many people watching live, so if we do have any live comments, I will appreciate that a lot. We do. That's sick. Yes. 2 watching, 2 likes. See, that's what I love. Thank you, guys. We have Daniel Price and Fran Yelly. We have Daniel Price. Your printer is possessed. Yeah, I heard it. Paranormal Activity, Ghosts of LK. Johan Gutenberg is hunting your printer. Dude, I'm glad you heard that. I'm really glad you heard it, because that scared the living shit out of me. We have Conjuring over at LK's. Hello, LK. Hello. The Briscoes, new IWGP Tag Champs. Woo. Speaking of Reigns, he's suspended. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm not happy, but I'm also not sad. My messages are not getting through here on the chat. Also, I think no, your messages are coming through. They talk amongst themselves. I bet Lethal swerves on Team ROH. He's supposed to be going to work with New Japan for a while. No, he didn't in this. But in the end of the day, I would love a Lethal run in New Japan. I hope he drops the belt. I hope you don't see him for another 5, maybe even a year. You don't see the guy. He stays loyal. He stays away from Ring of Honor in New Japan exclusively. Okay? And then what can happen is when he comes back, he can get a big pop and come back as babyface. Or he stays loyal to ROH and just runs amok in New Japan. Yeah, he could do that. I mean, he did go over for a title defense at Wrestle Kingdom 10 this year against Michael Elgin. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Someone told me to stop shitting on WWE the other day because at least they were trying. I was like, are you shitting me? They're not trying. They're really not trying. They're biding their time for this brand split, this extension, and the date has been announced for the draft. It's July 19th, the first edition of Live SmackDown, in case there's anyone out there who doesn't know. And it's like, if you think that's trying, please watch TNA. And I'm putting TNA over here. So there's going to be like 18,000 people like, or there's going to be loads going dislike. I'm not a TNA hater. I'm not a TNA lover. I'm in the middle. I think TNA try really, really hard, so I'm not going to bury them as much. I would rather you try suck fucking dick than not try and suck dick. If you suck and you try, I'm gonna let you off. If you suck and you don't try, I'm gonna bury your ass. Impact with that Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy stuff. I think, quite frankly, I don't want to touch on it, but they tried so hard to make that different. They tried so hard to make you care. I'm not going to come on here and bury it. If you noticed, I went for a time where I went about a month ago. The first 2 weeks of the month, I did review, then I stopped because it was starting to drop. I'm still watching the show. They're putting effort in. I'm enjoying the show as a whole, but I feel bad for burying it. I do, but at the end of the day, it's just that. TNA has been hard to watch with the Hardy angle. That is just tragic. Yeah, but again, like the point I just made is they are trying really hard, and I respect that about TNA. I really, really do. So thank you, Daniel Price and Franny, for the live comments. Hope you'd enjoy the show. We've had Paranormal Activity on this show. I've burst into song. We've had a walking stick in. I've played this as a guitar. I've drunk my cup of tea. We've done live comments. We broke down a Ring of Honor show. I call this an evening well done. So make sure you check out all the links in the description. There's a Patreon, there's a merch, there's Dave Coco's Coco Plays, there's Dave Coco's Punk and Cheese. So much stuff in the description. ProWrestling.me, also go over and sign up. That's 110% completely free. Also, make sure you can follow me on Twitter at LK Wrestling. I will be back tomorrow for the NXT review and possibly an ROH preview, but that could be the day after. More importantly, make sure you guys stay safe because it's a fucking fucked up world out there. Stay well. This has been okay. Hopefully I get out that door. I'll literally, as soon as this show finishes, I'm going to process, customize the thumbnail. I'm running through that door and I'm going back inside. Fuck sitting in here for a few more hours. So I'm going to upload this and then sort this and get myself out and get myself a good night's sleep. Hope you'd enjoyed this show. Stay safe, stay well. This has been okay, and I'll catch your asses down the line.